before you ball, because wealth is and money jingle jangles and screams.
Buffie Purselle. I like my little music. Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome to Just Being Buffie YouTube channel. We are all things crawl before your ball, personal finance, generational wealth, tax credit, and apparently I'm obsessed with Bravo Reach celebs. So I recap the shows that we all secretly love to watch. All right, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel and join the 3 or 4 other people who have subscribed and who like my brand of commentary. Don't forget to like, share, do all the things that y'all do on YouTube so that I can continue with this hobby of mine. All right. Hit that notification bell also, y'all, because I like to do pop-up lives. And when I do the pop-up lives, I answer financial topics, about credit and about buying homes and investment properties and things like that. So, all right. I refer to myself as Auntie Buffie on my channel and on my social media, and my subscribers as my nieces and nephews. A lot of people have been asking me recently why I do that. This is a safe space to chat about pop culture, be human and shady, and most importantly, learn how to change your relationship with money. All right. I want to talk about my recent drama. I need to learn my buttons. I would like to formally apologize. No, the heck I don't. I'm not apologizing to anybody anymore. I am recapping shows. Like, I don't get what the big deal is. It's as simple as that. When I was on a Bravo show for 5 minutes or the whole season, which I was subjected to some of the most evil, vile, cruel comments, memes of me crying about my dead children, cyberbullying about my life because I cried because I was repeatedly being forced to discuss the deaths of children that my husband and I wanted. I don't need any sympathy from anyone. Quite honestly, I felt like I got very little in the way of support, especially from the bras that were charged with helping women in my situation. But, it was very hard for me. And for me, I was a friend of the show. I was not main cast. So I didn't really, nobody sat me down and said, yo, this is the business. And, you got to just, no one cares. It's like, no one cares. I never cared about people and the body shaming thing. I still don't do that. I'm very fat, black, and happy and secure in myself and comfortable with myself, as Beyonce says. But the baby stuff did get to me because I just didn't think people would go that low. But baby, they will. They will. And so I think all that happened to me for a reason. I have learned that people just don't give a damn. They don't, no matter what it is, especially when you're somebody like me, where they're like, girl, I can't pay my bills right now. I could care less about you not having a baby. And then, I understand. So, when bloggers like me talk about shows that these Bravo celebrities are on, we are part of the system. We are part of some people don't watch our shows. Some people simply look at the clips that some of your favorite bloggers on their YouTube channels or social media or their blog posts on their that they write, and they include little snippets, and that may then drive them to watch your shows. Bloggers are a necessary component of this machine that is entertainment. in reality television. And quite honestly, with the resurgence of scripted television and amazing and excellent shows like House of the Dragon and Succession, and we've lost Issa Rae, but she's coming back with some more stuff, like with Bridgerton, and like y'all got competition. And so people on these shows need to, one, probably just ignore the blogs if it's going to get to you that much. That's what I ended up having to do. Like, no one was blogging about me body shaming someone or threatening someone, or like they were blogging about me crying about dead kids. So if people don't care about that, they're not going to care about anything. And quite honestly, when they did that, that drove people to watch the show more. They saw that elder OBGYN in a different light, which gave the show a different flair. And then it enabled that. So advertisers gave more money to the network and to that production company. And that enabled those broads down there to the medicine to finally renovate their homes. So it was a necessary component of the business of entertainment. I understand business. I understood that bloggers were an essential component of it. For me, the disconnect was I just didn't think folks would go for my uterus, but they will. And so if people will go for my uterus, then yes, we're going to cover topics that are covered on your show and give our commentary on it, which is covered by fair use laws. So I just, I have a very significant question to ask y'all today, and I really want to know the answer in my comments. And for those of y'all who don't like me, I'm good with that. Like, I understand that I am not everyone's cup of tea more than these other people on some of these shows. And I'm definitely not going to miss a meal if you don't watch my YouTube or my TikTok posts or my new Instagram MRSMD that I'm growing. Or if you don't like my posts on Twitter at Buffie Purselle. This is all a business. And remember, Auntie's a businesswoman. It's fine. But for those of y'all who secretly do think that my brand of commentary is funny, come through, watch, enjoy, comment, check me when you think I'm wrong. I'm fine with that. I take it like a champ. What I don't like is when y'all come for my uterus, but I've learned that, it is what it is, and I'm not going to respond to that stuff anymore. And so the reason that I engaged in the recent low vibrational behavior, I'll be honest, it's because I just am like, you're on a show. People are going to talk about your show. So many people said that to me, and some people need to say that to those people who I'm never going to mention again. And quite honestly, when I recap Real Housewives of Potomac, which is one of my favorite shows, and I think the girl is hilarious on the show. I think she does things that she shouldn't do, but so do some of y'all. The reason that it's so like vile and disgusting when I say anything about them is because I was Team Monique, period. And like y'all tell me I need to get over what happened to me in my uterus 3 years ago. Those folks need to do the same. That's just the honest truth. So my question, I really want y'all to answer this question for me. Now, if you can't, like I said, if you can't stand me, that's fine. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Say that. Say that I just don't like you. And so if that's the case, then don't watch. This is a free country still, I hope. I want to know why when a former Bravo friend of, for 3 seconds, or like I said, the whole season and the reunion, deign to have a little hobby and talk about housewife shows, my favorite shows, and provide my insight because I had one season of behind the camera experience and understanding how it's made, and provide my brand of commentary because I know a little bit more than some of the bloggers who've never been on a Bravo show do. Why is it the end of the world when the following people do the same thing? The beautiful Ebony was on Real Housewives of New York for one season. And she's still talking about her experiences with racism and dealing with Ramona Singer and the network not being fair to her. And I think she should continue to talk about it. But y'all don't have that energy for her that y'all have for me. Claudia, gorgeous Claudia, who could read Nene like no other, and those girls. She has a whole podcast uh and everything and recaps Bravo shows. But no one seems to have the same fire and ire for her that they do for me. And I don't understand. Carlos King was a former Real Housewives of Atlanta producer who then went on to now, he's doing great things over at OWN. Kudos to Carlos. But he has a podcast. He has a nightly show where he's recapping Bravo shows. No one says that to him. Brandy Glanville, until recently, has been off of the Real Housewives shows and has a podcast, serious shows, talks about it on her social media. Nobody has the same fire and ire for her that they do for me. Teddy Mellencamp, she's the only person that I can say y'all treat like y'all treat me. Teddy, I think it's because they think we can be boring. I don't know. But if we boring, don't watch. But Teddy has a podcast, post her experience as a friend on Real Housewives show. And Heather Dubrow, YouTube channel, podcast, it all, talking about them girls. But when Buffie Purselle does it, it's for some reason too much for people to bear. And I really want to know why. Because I am blessed with time. Catch that, nieces and nephews. Blessed with time. I don't have to go work a shift, a 9 to 5 or a 10 to 6. Never did I have to do that in my life. I'm blessed with that. I'm retired now because I did what I was supposed to do. So now I can do what I want to do. And this is a hobby for me, a fun hobby for me. So why with me is it giving obsessed, desperate, and everything else that some of y'all are saying? Why? What is so different about me than the other people that I've shown? The only thing I can think of is that I'm not thin. Now I know y'all gonna be like, but really, that's the only thing, because they say far worse than I do. Some of them are way more shady than I am. The only difference that I can see is that I am not skinny. That's it. I'm giving y'all good production value. I bought all the lighting, the cameras, the nice background. Like, I'm not just throwing this stuff up and not editing it and I'm at least respecting the viewers enough. So I don't, what is it other than my 185-pound 5'3" self is annoying that makes it so that it's giving desperate and obsessed that I, Buffie Purselle, have a hobby of blogging about shows that I still like to watch. I don't get it. Anyway, I will tell y'all what my end goal with all this is, and even why I entertained that little public feud. One, now y'all know I have a YouTube channel, Just Being Buffie. Two, now y'all know I have a new Instagram page at MRSMD. Thanks, blogs, for picking all that up. And three, I know that my life's work of teaching people how to keep a hold of a coin and grow a coin is interesting for a certain segment of the population. But everybody's not trying to hear me every day lecture them about saving and investing and possibly co-living to deal with the housing crisis and all the other work that I do that people seem to forget that I do on my social media. And the real reason that I was able to build my social media to almost 500,000 followers between TikTok, before it was 600,000 between TikTok and Instagram. But I have to mix it up. You cannot feed people vegetables all the time, folks. And so my plan was, I like to talk smack about reality TV. I watch the shows. I talk about them with my girlfriends. So why should I not do it on a YouTube channel? And so if I do that and throw in the occasional crawl before you ball personal finance lesson in the mix, and I give you what you really want, which is the messy shade that we all secretly like to discuss with these pop culture topics in these shows, and then I can sneak in what you need, which is my crawl before you ball format and platform of teaching you about generational wealth, credit, tax, money, and all that. What is so bad about that? I really want to know. I really want to know. I don't want to know why I can't talk about shows that I liked before I was on Bravo that I still like. What's so bad about that? Anyway, and be clear, I'm okay. All of this I've been through is preparing me for something that God has for me that I know is in the works right now for me to do what I really want to do, which is feel good TV and help people with their money and their finances. And I constantly stay in the public eye on purpose while I try to get that work done. And so, don't cry a river for me. I'm pretty much Teflon now. After my uterus was gutted and nobody gave a damn. And for those of y'all who did, I appreciate you. But there were a lot of people who didn't. There's nothing. I mean, you call me fat. You say it looked like a garden gnome. That was funny. I do in that picture with those bombshell glasses from my MRSMD line of eyewear. Commercial. There's nothing else so I'm not going to stop recapping these shows. I like it. This is a free country. I can do and say whatever I'd like to do. But I will be fast forwarding past those people and I won't give them any more trendable time. So that's it. I hope y'all have a good weekend. Dr. Dave and I are going to work in the greenhouse, play with the poochies, and relax. My nephew just graduated. My parents were up in Chicago for that. And so they'll be coming back tomorrow. And so I hope y'all have a great weekend. And yeah, for real, tell me in the comments. Again, I'm Teflon. I can take it. Stay away from my uterus, though. I'm going to block you. I ain't dealing with that. But if you just don't like me, I'll leave it up. That's fine. That's cool. Don't follow me. But if you do, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and hang out with your favorite auntie. Smooches. I hope that y'all really have a greght weekend. And I appreciate all of y'all for your comments. All righty. Let's see if I can remember how to close out. See, there goes the production value I was talking about.
Please crawl before you ball, and then take a little bit of the money and save
Crawl
it, and then
before
do
you
something
ball.
Because wealth whispers and money jingle jangles and screams.
Buffie Purselle.
Don't you know?